Ahoy sailors, and welcome back to the NXT Back to the Future podcast, episode 56. My name is David Simmons, and I am joined as ever by the one and only Wrestling Podcasts has more than one royal family. Adrenaline, Adam Soul, every breath out of control. It's Mr. Adam Howells.
I'm surprised you remember how to do that intro, to be honest, considering how many weeks it has been since we recorded properly.
It's been a nightmare getting together, hasn't it, to be honest?
The last 3 weeks have been absolutely
hellish.
I'll tell you what, the intro makes sense now. Nightmare.
Well, yeah,
Nightmare-ish,
exactly.
mate.
It's been the American nightmare.
It's been the American nightmare. I think it's been... I don't know, you had a couple of things at the weekend that you had to do, like family-related. I've been working a lot. I've just come off the back of a 72-hour week. We've literally not had time.
It's been a busy old time.
It's going to be an interesting next few podcasts because I feel like I've messed up with my notes. Because what I've done...
Oh, he's not told me this until we started recording.
No, what happened was, like, after the last time we recorded, I had a really good week where I was free. So I went and I've watched. I'm pretty much up until...
Takeover.
Yeah, till Takeover, till the next pay-per-view. However, it's been 3 weeks. So it's been 3 weeks since I've watched the product, and we've got about to go now back about 8 episodes. So I'm really relying on my notes to be good, which sometimes they're not. But these are good. I've had time to do good notes, so we're really going to be going for it.
Feeling good about these two then.
Yeah,
that's good to know. I might as well hop into it because it's been so long. I'm looking forward to sort of discussing all this stuff with you.
Yes.
And you're so far ahead, there might be some gems in here that you've forgotten.
No, there's going to be some surprises reading my notes this week, I guarantee. There's usually in my notes, if I found something interesting, I'll have find X page to read bits from that, and I'll be like, oh shit, and you'll just hear me frantically typing away.
That's all good. I'm excited for this. So, it's July the 17th, 2014. Episode 107, emanating once again from Full Sail University. Out first is Enzo and Cass. And these two are, just very good, aren't they?
Yeah.
Just good in general.
Great promo. One great wrestler.
One great tag team.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Sadly, though, there is no promo from Enzo to open the show, which is a bit sad.
Not much, really.
The Vaudevillians are taking them on this week. There is a bit of history between these two, and if anyone here has a wrestling YouTube channel that they've ever watched a wrestling video on, I'm sure you'd have been able to have been linked to the video.
Yeah, have you ever seen Simon Gotchberry's? Do you know what? That was what we were going to do this week. We said it last time out. We were going to talk about that video.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have to do it next week.
We'll have to do it next week.
Because I'll actually have to re-watch the video and take some notes on it.
Oh, of course.
On some of the claims that are made.
Well, there is a bit of history between these two, but there isn't so much of it that's happened yet. Although at this point, Enzo has just been out with a broken leg and has returned, so if you're keeping score on that, apparently he managed to break his own leg getting out of a wrist lock. That
was one of the ones.
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
at this point, he's already had a broken leg from trying to get out of a wrist lock. Although, if Neville can break his ankle from doing a baseball slide through someone's legs, through Chris Jericho's legs actually, on Monday Night Raw, I don't think we can criticise Enzo too much.
No. Regal doesn't like Enzo at all. Considers him to be DDP's love child. He said, but Enzo,
which is like an inside joke as well, because no one finds it funny apart from him.
Nah, I mean, apparently Enzo has the gift of the gab and the gift of the jab. I don't feel like his wrestling ability warrants that at the moment.
No, he does have the gift of the gab though.
Oh, 100%.
Speaking of people with special talents, Simon Gotch has supposedly lifted a full-sized African elephant over his head. Definite strong man we've got on our hands here.
Strong man or Regal myth? Which one's that?
I would go for strong man, surely.
Yeah.
It's a slow start in this one until Cass comes in, and oddly, the big man raises the pace. Good sneeze from Sonia. Gotch tags in to face Cass, but the Fighting Legionnaires come out to distract Enzo and Cass. Enzo can't break the pinfall, and with a handful of tights, is a huge sneak win for the Vaudevillians.
Massive win for them. Massive momentum now.
Yeah, they were in need of, I think they just need to wipe out everyone and have their shot.
Yeah.
because at this point we're getting tag teams coming left, right, and centre, and you need to elevate one, and then the rest of them scrap it. But yeah, I think the Vaudevillians is the right team at the moment.
It's it's just nice to have options.
Yeah,
nice to have like possible contenders, because you just don't want them to bring one team up at a time and it really be obvious.
Do you know what's going to be the big problem here, though? The massive problem we're going to have here is none of these teams feasibly can beat the Ascension.
They don't look as if they can beat the Ascension.
No. And the Ascension aren't in the business of losing to people.
No.
So it's going to be a strange one, really, to see who takes the titles from them.
Yeah.
So we've got Tom Phillips, Byron, and William Regal on commentary tonight. The classic trio.
There are a lot of teams that think they're worthy of the NXT Tag Team Championships. Hey, yo, Vic. Preach.
It makes no difference who you think you are or what you believe yourselves to be capable of. As long as you set your sights right here, you are only fooling yourselves if you believe yourselves to be the hunters. Because against us, you are always the hunted.
I mean, it was what it was.
It was an Ascension promo.
There's lots of screaming. There's a bit of yarring, and there's lots of...
I like it. I do like this tag team. I just feel like I'd like them more if they had more credible runs.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it?
It's fun watching them like dominate other teams, though. It is.
Yeah, it's not a division. It's not a division full of massive tag teams that they sort of can have great wins over. So it's a bit odd.
Do you know what I feel like this team are? This team are a palate cleanser. Like, you sorbet in between meals. Like, do you know, like, you've watched some heavy, serious wrestling.
Yeah.
And you just want a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
And these guys are going to give you a maybe maximum 6 minute absolute battery.
They're going to give you total maximum carnage.
Exactly.
Now, the great thing is, when the music goes off, you're like, great, this isn't going to be longer than 2 minutes.
Exactly. Exactly. This is why this team are great.
That's the best part. That's the best part of your wrestling shows, isn't it?
Yeah. Quick, snappy little matches.
Exactly. John Cena is defending the WWE Championship, or, well, as they're known here, both WWE Championships, because they've sort of amalgamated them but carrying 2 belts at the moment, at Battleground. Hooray!
I just put himself, Kane, Orton and Reigns in this match.
Do you know what? Kane was saying on Twitter the other day that Russia did the right thing invading Ukraine.
That's a bit worrying.
And he was like, yeah, we still shouldn't get involved. And all I could be reminded of is that amazing Rock promo where he's like, my name is Kane, I am a retard. And I was like, this is exactly how you're acting right now.
Oh, God.
Absolute fool, sir.
What? That's another thing. That's a mad thing that's happened in these last few weeks.
Exactly. And do you know what's amazing as well? I was thinking, imagine how quick WWE would nope out of the current Rusev Lana characters from this show.
Oh, God.
That would be like, remember that silly 9/11 thing I told you about, where not the 9/11, the 7/7 thing happened, where the Undertaker gets kidnapped by all the guys in masks in London.
Yeah.
And then 7/7 happened. They would be like, nope! Just cut this Lana stuff straight out of the show.
Oh, they would. They would just say no to that completely. This thought has just come to me. It's nothing to do with like the Ukraine stuff that's going on, because that's obviously awful news. It's just football related. Do you know what I've realised?
That you're football crazy, chocolate mad, you grab a power pod and play football with the lads?
Yeah.
There's a microstar in everyone, a hero in your hands.
I am impressed that you remember the words to that so credibly as well.
What can I say?
Since we stopped recording this the last few weeks,
you make it sound like we've given up.
No, we haven't given up at all. But
my childhood hero John Cena says never give up. Me and our truth have something in common here.
What about your other childhood hero, Malcolm Bivens? Nah, you should, mate.
Malcolm Bivens, mate. Ivy Nile of Diamond Mine got engaged the other day, which is great news because Ivy Nile is clearly
she's brilliant.
And Malcolm Bivens tweeted, I don't know if you saw it. It tweeted,
I think I did.
You better let me handle the catering at the wedding, because if I have to have chicken smothered in muscle milk, I'm going to start flipping tables.
my god. That man's amazing. No, since we have had a brief period of not being able to record, Newcastle have started winning games.
Oh, brief
so
period.
I really hope. Yeah, it's a brief period because I can't, say it's like since like a few weeks ago. So, if we start recording this podcast and Newcastle start losing everything left, right, and centre, we may have another brief intermission of weeks.
We are not giving up the podcast.
I am a superstitious man. Are you superstitious with football?
Superstitious?
Yeah. Do you like?
Not really. Not really. I don't think football's one of those things, isn't it? I just find it's going to happen.
Gonna happen.
Can never be superstitious with Arsenal. It could go either way every week, genuinely. That's the problem.
I'm 100% superstitious when it comes to Newcastle.
There's the weeks where you think we're nailed on to win and we lose, and there's the weeks where you think we're nailed on to lose and we win. It is what it is. You know what, Adam? Speaking of superstition, we get a promo package about the demise of the BFFs. It's a heartbreaking story, but the friction between Summer and Charlotte has become too much to bear, and Sasha, poor Sasha, is stuck in the middle. The story here is revolving around Summer and Charlotte fighting for control of the group. I'm looking forward to seeing where we go with the BFFs now. I don't think Summer's going to be here for much longer.
Goodbye, my lover.
Goodbye, my friend.
You have been the one.
You have been the one for me.
Goodbye, my lover.
I wish he was my lover. Eat local.
Fuck's sake.
Eat local, think global, Adam. And I don't mean me and Summer. I mean because it's time for CJ Parker, and he's here to show us the example we need to follow. He's facing rival Xavier Woods, and this should be a fun matchup between two up-and-coming competitors.
I have to say CJ Parker is probably well ahead of his time here. He's about 10 years ahead of where he should be in this.
WWE are always... That's WWE's problem. They're never on brand, aren't they?
No.
They're always 10 years behind or 5 years in front.
I was about to start screaming, "Oh, London..." Oh, wait, it's CJ Parker.
No. Not yet.
Oh, no, not yet. I
Birch,
can't wait.
I think Birch gets released... Or Birch has been released, and then he actually manages to come back in a couple of years' time. Fair play to him. Woods is in control early on as they trade momentum, whilst Byron talks about how much he supposedly cares about the environment. Beautiful tilt-a-whirl head scissors by Xavier, but my word, Woods goes charging into the bottom rope face first, and Parker takes total control with the clothesline. He rains down left hands, but Woods fires up. We get a nice head kick, rope-assisted DDT for a 2, and it was really close, but not quite enough. Woods misses a crossbody, they roll up into a pin, and Parker tries to cheat, but places them both wrongly in the ring, so he tries to win via roll-up with his feet on the ropes, but he's not close enough, so he kind of just pins him. It's a bit sloppy, but I mean, it's fine, it's nothing awful.
I have written here, I'm going to have to apologise to Dave in my notes.
Let me guess, it's because CJ Parker actually doesn't suck.
Yes.
Oh, well, there we go. And you know what, they end up having, and I'm not even going to say it, they end up having a better match in 2 weeks, but I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, he was actually very good. I can't lie.
Precisely.
I was getting really annoyed. I was like, I don't like apologising for shit to you. Like, honestly, I really don't. But I'm going to have to. Regal is brilliant at the start of this, though. He puts over, how much he hates CJ, but also, he's worried for his funk soul brother. They both want the same thing: one nation under one groove.
I mean, let's face it.
We all want one nation under one groove.
We're all there.
Yeah, we all want one nation under one groove.
We're all there.
I'm not a massive fan of Byron's heel commentary in this. Doesn't suit it at all.
It comes off as Michael Cole trying too hard.
Yeah.
And that's not a compliment, because Michael Cole's fine when he's purposely not trying to be a massive heel. He's unbearable as a heel.
I do get what you mean.
However, he did have the, what was it called? The Coal Miners Station. Did you ever see that?
No.
Where he, it was during his feud with Jerry Lawler, and him and Jerry Lawler had a match at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And then he was like, all the coal miners don't want to see me on commentary with you, Jerry, because they all hate you. So he ended up, he'd have, his own, one-man pod, so he'd be, in a table on his own with, a massive, plastic pod round him. And it was the coal miner station, and he had a little cactus on the desk. It's fucking ridiculous.
I'm glad I never got to see that version of Michael Cole.
Oh,
I do like him as a commentator.
He's
very good.
I have to say, I don't hate him. You get a lot of people who, I don't know, give him a lot of needless slack. But I think that's purely just because he's been on commentary for 25 years. I mean, that's not his fault.
No, but to be fair, to stay on commentary for 25 years, that's credit to him as well.
What's amazing is his voice sounds different to how it used to. We watched Raw Rumble 98 the other day, didn't we? And he's on commentary during the Foley Rock I Quit match.
Ah, yeah.
And he sounds completely different. His voice is about 8 octaves higher.
Just aged like a fine wine, mate, that's it.
Or he's had puberty go through since he's been on commentary.
Possibly. Well, 25 years? I don't know how old he is now.
Considering he used to be a war reporter before he worked for WWE.
Did he?
That's legit. Like
He was a war reporter?
Yeah, they always say that, but they always say like, oh, before Michael Cole was in the WWE, he was a raw war reporter.
That's probably what he dragged him into Raw is War, mate.
Exactly.
I mean, I can see the logic. This is WWE logic.
What a job. He currently resides as the Vice President of Announcing. That's the greatest job of all time.
What were we saying about like made up job titles the other day? There are some absolutely mental ones. I realise we're going back a few weeks, but we had obviously more recently Valentine's Day. Yeah. And I remember like I was sat at work on the screens and we have like a radio. And they were talking about like Valentine's Day, and it's saying that people are apparently less likely now to go to like garages to buy flowers, and they'll go to florists and stuff, and make a proper effort. They said, and now we hand you over to florist and gifting expert. Like,
there's all sorts of crap, isn't there?
There's all sorts of fucking weird job titles, nonsensical things. It's a madness.
How old do you think Michael Cole is then?
He's got to be in his 50s.
Now, I don't know how old he is, but he got married in 1987.
1987?
He got married in 1987.
I'd say late 50s then.
56. But I mean, when you consider he's been married since 1987, that is literally 35 years they've been married.
Jesus Christ. Okay. He's got to be in 60s then?
I've no idea. I don't know how old he is, but
I thought you had the Wikipedia entry right there.
It doesn't have his age on it.
No, we'll have to cut his arm off and count the rings.
The Saudi stuff's getting to you.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No, it does say here, though, he began his career as in the media as a journalist working for CBS Radio. His first high-profile assignment was to cover the 1988 US presidential campaign of Democratic Party nominee Michael Dukakis. And in 1992, he reported on the presidential campaign of Bill Clinton. He covered the 51-day siege at the Branch Davidian compound at Waco, Texas in 1993, and the following year spent 9 months covering the Yugoslavian Civil War. In 1995, he was selected to cover the aftermath of the Oklahoma City bombing, returning to the presidential campaign trail in 1996 to cover the campaigns of Steve Forbes and Senator Bob Dole. However, a year after, decided to go into the WWF. Quite amazing stuff, really.
Oh yeah, why not?
Right, I need to see how old he is. How old is he? He's 53.
53?
He's 53.
And he's been married for 36 years?
35 years.
35 years. Do the maths, Dave. So he's been married since he was like...
What? You want to do... So he's been married since he was 18?
Fucking hell.
Got married to Yolanda when he was 18.
Fair play to both of them.
Fair play to the boy.
Yeah.
Right, I'm liking it. He's definitely not this guy. Because number one, this man is an actor and he was born in 1940.
Shall we...
And he's got great hair.
Please welcome my guest at this time, NXT superstar, Sami Zayn.
Howdy. How you doing?
Hi, Sami. Can you tell us what's going through your mind heading into tonight's match against Tyson Kidd?
Well, Devin, a lot's been going through my mind as it pertains to Tyson Kidd. I feel like ever since he showed up here in NXT, we've just seen bit by bit more and more of his true colors. And now we're seeing the real Tyson Kidd. We're seeing the conceited, self-absorbed, chauvinistic coward that is the true Tyson Kidd. The Tyson Kid that's clearly a little insecure that he's being overshadowed by his wife's success. And I just feel like, if you told me a couple of months ago that I was going to wrestle Tyson Kidd, I would have been overjoyed. And now this is really just about embarrassing him, and that's what I'm going to do tonight.
Sami Zayn's promo has really improved at rapid pace. Everything has a purpose and makes sense. Or as we call it for WWE writing, a rarity.
Yeah, he looks like he's got a fire lit under him and he now wants to just kick some ass now.
Yes. Speaking of kicking ass, last time Alexa Bliss was in the ring with her opponent, she felt the sting of the bling. She says lightning will strike twice for Sasha. And last time Adam had a curry, he felt the sting of the ring.
How long did it take you to write that one?
It's not on there, I just thought
Is it not?
No, it's just on there. I just thought of it now.
I don't have spicy curries anymore.
Yeah, well, it's point proven.
Well, no, not because of that reason. I don't find them like...
They're not. They get to a point where these things aren't appetising. They just ruin your meal.
Yeah.
And actually, I think if you're going to spend money and have a takeaway, it's got to be like a special moment, hasn't it?
I like a chicken Rogan Josh now, not going to lie.
I never met the man.
Fair enough. He's lovely. This gimmick's awful.
This is a fun match, though. Alexa
Yeah.
does some lame shtick with the constant smiling, but she no longer wrestles spot to spot, and her comfort inside the ring has increased.
Sasha got the new music this week.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, the proper like boss music.
No, if you haven't here.
I thought she did.
Don't think so. Sasha catches the backstabber into the bank statement for the submission victory. A fresh reset for Sasha, who no doubt has the potential and ability to go on her own from here on forward. A good development here for her, and Alexa was fine in her role.
I really like that combination of backstabber into bank statement.
Yes, works very well.
It's a great combo, and Alexa sells it incredibly.
And it doesn't feel forced as well. There are some transitions into submissions that rhymed that feel very that feel very forced, and that one actually works quite well.
Yeah.
Because once you hit one, she will definitely hit the other, and it's that time where eventually she hits the bank statement. Well, she hits the backstabber and rolls through, and then doesn't hit the bank statement, where the crowd will go, "Oh!" and everyone will get up. So
Like
actually,
5 moves of doom sort of thing, but with 2. But you get it. It's like a precursor to what's going to happen, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Backstage, Devin is talking to Tyler Breeze. This is a brilliant promo. The Versace mansion wasn't built in a day, Adam.
No, it was not.
Now, Tyler, I must ask the question the entire NXT universe is dying to know the answer to. When will you face Adrian Neville for the NXT Championship?
Devin, all anyone ever does these days is rush. They rush to the supermarket to get the best deals. They rush to the mall to get the newest shoes. And now everyone's rushing to the conclusion that I don't want to take on that uggo Adrian Neville and become NXT champion. Devin, these things take time. The Versace mansion wasn't built in a day. As I said a few weeks ago, I suffered a tragic hand modeling accident, and I couldn't even compete that night. But, lucky for you, everyone else who's wondering, trying to get the inside scoop, I have my agent drawing up the contract for the match between Neville and myself as we speak. But, as we all know, Devin, legal contracts aren't drawn up in a couple of hours. So, if you and everyone else is going through Breeze withdrawals, how about we take another exclusive look at my MTV Euro Award-winning music video, Prince Pretty, out.
They show the music video again. Adam may pipe it in here, but it's brilliant. Apparently there's a megastar in action next, but they're advertising Adam Rose instead. Highlights of the controversy last week as Kid joins Devin.
Here with me now is WWE superstar Tyson Kidd. Tyson, before we get into your match with Sami Zayn, let's talk about what happened last week on NXT and Natalia.
Devin, do you hear yourself? You're sitting here and you're wasting my time asking me about my wife and my family. And I already know when you talk to Sami Zayn later tonight, you're not going to ask him about his family or, maybe what his brothers and sisters got for Christmas. So why are you wasting my time with a question like that? You should be talking about the fact that I defeated Sami Zayn last week in our tag match and that Tyson Kidd is on a roll. Now, as for my wife, as for Natalya, she's a former WWE Divas champion. She can take care of herself. In that ring, accidents happen. But tonight, when I beat Sami Zayn, that won't be an accident.
This is great, and the delivery's perfect. His promos are brilliant at the moment on this show. Brilliant.
It's really good. I mean, he's just being like a proper douchebag heel at the moment. I don't really agree with how they're doing the story between, obviously, him and Natalya.
Oh, hell no. This is a good story.
It's a good story, but I don't like that
tension between husband and wife.
Yeah, I don't like that forced thing. It's just not for me.
Interesting. Didn't notice anyone particularly new in the Rosebuds here, but I did spy Nia Jax. Oh, hell no!
Yeah, no, there's Carmella in there as well.
I didn't see Carmella.
Yeah, she's in there.
Well, to be fair, my internet's not particularly great at the moment, so
No,
it's
exactly.
hard watching, to be honest. When Adam Rose comes out, it's just a blur of colour.
Yeah.
He's fate.
I did... I did spot. You did that on purpose, you fucking prick. I did spot Nia Jax in this, and I'm not looking forward to watching any of her matches, and I don't really want to make any commentary on her because I think she's absolutely dog shit.
I'm not like most girls who only take just what they're given like a perfect.
Oh god, eventually I'll tell you what, eventually we're gonna have to watch a WrestleMania match with her in.
Oh, it's gonna
makes
be
me
great.
feel sad.
But on the plus side, Adam Rose is facing Jason Jordan, who has Jordan on his nameplate, Jordan, and on his Titantron, Jordon.
They're sort of, deciding which one they want to use at the moment. They can't quite pick.
Yes.
This USA flag, it couldn't be any more patriotic. Where's Ty in all of this? His tag team partner.
Well, this match has come around because Dillinger was last seen with the Rosebuds and now he's injured. They said that on commentary, and my immediate reaction here clearly was quite good because all I've written is fucking Christ.
You're obviously very happy to see that.
No. Jordan's in control, as everyone calls him a party pooper. I think he's doing brilliant. Short comeback by Rose, who wins out of nowhere. I just fucking hate this garbage, honestly. Why do we have to endure this week after week? Trash.
You just don't like it?
Nope. Hate it. The worst thing on the show by a mile.
Nah, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. The crowd are into it.
Yes, but this crowd are into a lot of things they shouldn't be.
Yeah, but at least if the crowd's entertained, you're not entertained.
No.
You are
no
opposite of Gladiator, mate. You are not entertained.
I am not sports entertained by this.
You're not sports entertained.
I am not sports entertained by this.
No.
At all. And now, the Gypsy Biker film is advertised as we get a hilarious Vaudevillians promo. They ask Kalisto where his partner is, and he says El Local is no more, but he can find a new partner to face off with them next week. That should be a good match.
Yeah, it depends who he finds as his partner.
Well, of course. Kid is out first. Sammy out second for the main event. This is a grudge match with Tyson Kidd still trying to figure out where he's going. The crowd are relentless towards Kidd, with Natty's husband and Tyson's chicken chants. He shrugs them off and he can't get the hang of Zayn's offense. He clears the ring to avoid a haluva kick. Frustrated on the outside, but thankfully when he comes back from commercial, Zayn is hung up. He gets a dropkick to the face for his troubles in the corner as Kidd stays in firm control. Zayn attempts to fire back and hits a nice dropkick to clear Kidd of the ring. Beautiful rope-assisted springboard moonsault to the outside by Zayn, who ascends the ropes for a crossbody. Really nice sequence there for a 2. Kidd counters, springboard leg drop with Zayn's neck draped across the ropes. These two know each other very well. Blue Thunderbomb for a 3, joking, just a 2. Blockbuster back on Zayn for a 2. These two are fighting tooth and nail for advantage, and they trade pin attempts, but it's a sharpshooter by Kidd, and Zayn claws to try and get to the ropes. Zayn does manage to escape. Kidd ascends the ropes and goes for a top rope move, but he's caught into the Koji clutch for a quick tap out. What a win. Superb match, and these two continually raise the bar. Zayn gets better week on week as he celebrates to applause, and we go to replays.
There is one moment in this match where Tyson reverses they go sort of counter for counter.
Yeah.
He hits a German suplex.
Yes.
Great spot. But on commentary, they do say Carl Gotch would have been proud of this suplex. So, Carl Gotch, ladies and gentlemen, is... I've gone to the wrong page on my laptop. That's great.
He's open porn.
No, he's not. Apparently, he was known as the god of wrestling due to his influence in shaping Japanese professional wrestling styles that we have today.
Yes. He did the Gotch style neutralizer.
There we are. Which one's a Gotch style neutralizer? Is that a bit like the bitter end?
No. The Gotch style neutralizer is the Cesaro neutralizer.
Oh, you motherfucker.
So that is the Gotch style neutralizer.
I was trying to find more about him, but there's not a massive amount on his wiki page. He fought people like Antonio Inoki. Oh, great, we're going to Japanese fucking names that I'm absolutely incredible.
He's struggling so bad, I can see it in his face. He's struggling so bad.
I'm going to get messaged by Sam this week immediately.
Oh, great.
He's faced people such as Antonio Inoki. Hideki Suzuki. Hiro Matsuada. You can see the pain in my face trying to pronounce these.
Should take a video, really.
Yeah, Hiro Matsuada. Or Matsuda?
Yes, Matsuda.
Satoru Sayama,
yeah.
Osamu Kido.
Yes.
It's not even Barry Darso.
Let's have a look.
Barry Darso.
Here are all these people.
Minoru Suzuki, I can do that one.
I can do that one. Where?
I'm just saying people's name, but it's just me with Japanese names.
I can't even see it.
You're not.
No, for God's sake. Carl Gotch. You also forget to mention that he's European as well, which is why he has such a great influence on people like Cesaro.
Oh, in 2007, he was inducted into the Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame.
What a boy.
So not the WWE Hall of Fame.
No. Which
has entrance every single week. Mate, since we've come back, I say come back. Don't call it a comeback. Undertaker, your favourite wrestler ever, is going to go into the Hall of Fame this year.
Good.
How excited are you for that?
He deserves it.
Well, of course he does, but...
I'm very excited. Very excited. Very excited indeed. So yes, he trained several wrestlers in Japan, including Hideki Suzuki. Hideki Suzuki is the guy from Diamond Mine. The Japanese guy.
Ah, okay.
That's Hideki Suzuki. And then he also trained people like Hiro Matsuda, Satoru Sayama, Osamu Kido, Barry Darso, Minoru Suzuki, Tatsumi Fujinami, Akira Maeda, and Yoshiaki Fujiwara. Tatsumi Fujinami is in the WWE Hall of Fame. He went in a couple of years ago. Never wrestled for WWE, so I don't really know why they put him in, probably just for the sake of it. He also trained Minoru Suzuki, who's known as one of the hardest men in the history of the world.
Ah, yeah, he's gone through the forbidden door, hasn't he, into AEW?
Yes.
Okay.
He faced Moxley on Dynamite. But yeah, he's trained lots of famous people, to be honest. Hiro Matsuda is quite famous as well. Although, I'll say that, he's died. But he's trained... so Hiro Matsuda went on to train Hulk Hogan. So, yeah, thanks for bringing that plight onto it.
Thanks for all the leg drops.
Brother.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. This podcast, dude, is going to be the greatest podcast in the history of the world, brother.
The anger in your face when you do that impression.
Hulk's always angry, as you'll find if you subscribe to our Patreon, where we'll be dropping WWE Tough Enough soon, and something very exciting happens during that season of Tough Enough, and Hulk disappears. So we get to go into great detail about, something happening. I won't spoil it now.
Oh, okay. Spoilers.
So, yeah, I mean, Tatsumi Fujinami was brilliant as well. He's a 6-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion, famously nicknamed the Dragon. He is credited with inventing the Dragon Sleeper and the Dragon Suplex, a.k.a. fucking legend, because they're two of the best moves ever. And, check this out, 2015 he was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, while also becoming an ambassador for the company in Japan. Bret Hart said of Fujinami, "I always wanted to be the great wrestler that Tatsumi Fujinami was, and if that is not enough reason to put respect on the man's name, there will be not enough reasons.
There we are. Thank you for helping me out with my segment there that I absolutely botched.
No problem. No problem. Can you help me out with this? It's just one digit add, one digit maths. So, kids frustrated as we go off air. What did you think of the main event and the story that we've got going on here? I know you said you didn't like it earlier, but what don't you like about the tension?
I just don't like the whole sort of pitting a real life marriage against each other. I don't like it. That's the bit that makes me feel a bit uncomfortable.
So did you not enjoy Lana, Rusev and Bobby Lashley?
I weren't a massive fan of that one either, to be honest.
Well, that was just awkward for everybody.
Yeah. It was a bit awkward.
It was just awkward for everybody.
And then Liv came out, and then they forgot that within about 2 weeks.
Oh, wish they hadn't. That's one thing they could have carried on.
They should have carried on that storyline.
Exactly. So, moving forward, it's July the 24th, 2014, episode 108, once again from Full Sail University. We open with a promo package for the BFF explosion happening tonight, with Charlotte versus Summer for the NXT Women's title. Now, it's interesting because the last time I can remember an advertised match with this much, I don't know, this level of implosion.
Do you mean hype?
No, hype is very different, isn't it?
Yeah.
As we discovered a few episodes ago. Charlotte and Summer for the NXT Women's title. This is akin to Hogan versus Savage at WrestleMania when the Mega Powers exploded. This is the women's version of this.
It almost is, in respect of they've not really done much with women's wrestling in NXT.
And Hulk Hogan doesn't do much in general.
True.
The Ascension open us up. It's been a while since we have seen them in battle, but they're facing Aaron Solo and Johnny Vandal. Aaron Solo is the ex-fiancé of Bayley.
Oh, really?
Yes. They split up about 2 years ago.
Oh, God.
Simple action here, but it's all good fun. The Ascension dominate their opponents again, with the "Yah!" chants out of control. Connor hammers Solo in the corner repeatedly. Fall of man for the 3, and it's over. These two will take some beating.
I'll tell you what I love. There's a couple of... the facts they've...
These two like a penis. You can't beat us.
Stop quoting John Cena. Or early John Cena. At this point, they've been champs for 295 days.
Yes.
Which is a ridiculous amount of time anyway. Dave has dropped his phone on his laptop.
No, I haven't. That is a lie.
I'm not cutting that out, mate. I'll fucking hear it. I love at one point...
Oh, it's only because Sam's just texted me.
Well, what's he said?
Oh, he just texted me. I love seeing Adam's Twitter likes. And it's you liking a picture.
We are cutting that out.
No, we're not. We'll keep it in. And it's Adam liking a lingerie picture of Gigi Dolan.
Love Gigi Dolan.
Text Sam back live now. We're just doing the podcast, actually. We're just doing the podcast, actually. And we have both had a jolly good laugh over this. I hope he doesn't cut it. There you go. He actually sent that to you as well.
Did he?
Yeah, you just mustn't have seen it.
No, I've got my phone on silent because I always
So have
do.
I. So have I. I was just checking it while I was having a bit of downtime, you know.
No regrets at all.
We get an advert for the biggest fight of the summer, and no, it's not Charlotte versus Summer. It's Brock Lesnar versus John Cena.
I weren't done.
What?
I weren't done talking about the Ascension. Basically, there's one moment in this match where, like, the jobber, because I only refer to them as the jobbers, anyone who faces this team,
Mr. Vandal and Mr. Solo.
goes to chop Connor in the chest. And
It's
Connor
Aaron Solo.
Yeah.
Aaron Solo chops him, doesn't he? And
he
goes,
just looks at him like, no. He just absolutely wallops him. It's so good. These are bloodthirsty bastards, and they just want to keep winning.
Bloodthirsty shits.
Exactly. Let them keep winning.
Oh, let them keep going for
The
it.
greatest palate cleansing team in wrestling history.
EU. Well, no, 80s was full of them, mate. Demolition.
Yeah, okay. Fire and Ice.
Oh, my God, that was the 90s. Steroids.com.
Still a great tag team.
We get an advert for the biggest fight of the summer. No, it's not Charlotte. And Summer, it's Brock Lesnar versus John Cena at SummerSlam.
This is the one where he gets the piss absolutely battered out of him, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Tyler Breeze has recovered enough from the deadly hand modelling incident to be able to be in action tonight. Thank God. His finger's still wrapped up, though. He doesn't get hyped, Adam. He stays hyped. The Alexandria, Virginia native himself, Mojo Rawley, is here to try his hand against the number one contender. He goes absolutely ballistic at ringside. They call it energy, and I call it being an annoying cunt, but either works. Breeze hits the beauty shot after about 8 seconds and covers him, gets his phone and leaves. Hell yeah, that's the stuff. Put it right here in the veins, baby. And this man.
This is a great match.
It is.
In respect of, like, that massively puts the beauty shot over.
Yes. And also, it's 20 seconds, not 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Perfect. But actually, I have to say, I really like what happens on the next episode with Mojo Rawley, so make sure you tune in. Yeah. Adam's not going to like it.
Probably not. Got to remember what happened first.
Now, up next, it's the grudge match for all time. Summer Rae tries to pry the NXT women's title away from Charlotte. It's a dog-eat-dog world, and according to Renee, Summer is wearing bacon pants.
What I want to say is, why isn't this in the main event?
I'm just thinking of her in bacon pants.
I mean, delicious. But I'm trying to figure out why this isn't in the main event.
It's, yeah, it's not in the main event, is it?
It should be. It should be the main event. It's a title. Treat it as if it's important. Stick it in the main event.
True, but I'm glad it's not. Charlotte's out next. The champion hasn't been in action for a little while. How will she fare? Early on, and it's basically a brawl. In the classic WWE Diva style, there's a lot of hair pulling and no strikes. Charlotte sinks in the head scissors, or the figure four headlock as it's called. Fuck off, please.
Just the head scissors, mate. I love how Alex says early on in this that Charlotte has a big limousine to fill.
Mate, she could be the limousine riding. Woo! Jet flying. Trail blazing.
Eyebrow raised. No, that's The Rock.
Oh, well, yeah, The Rock's better, isn't he? Summer fiercely traps her in the corner, but the crowd begin... No, that's the wrong bit. Summer really sinks in to the anger. She screams primally at every turn, and she's been in control of this match for a good couple of minutes. She goes back into the body submission, fiercely trapping her in the corner, but the crowd begins to turn with boring chants as we get a near fall. What do you think about the crowd turning on this then, Adam? Because they definitely do.
Yeah, there's a lot of boring chants. It's just Mexican waves going on. Yeah. No one cares. The pace is incredibly slow.
Charlotte tries to come back into it and hits a spinning heel kick for a 2. Summer's in disbelief, but Charlotte knees, chops, and it's a clothesline for good measure for a 2 count. Bow down by Charlotte out of the blue for a win as more boring chants happen. They get yes chants for the end. A good win for Charlotte. Could Summer be off? They show replays with the boring chants on as well, which is just like, oh my god. And actually, if you can say a lot about this crowd, but here you can say they're a good few years ahead of the curve because they really don't like Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, there's at one point in the match...
Well, actually, sorry to cut you off there. I mean, this is just a match where no one's going to win because they're both unlikable. So what is the point in having this match? Because neither of them are face, do you know what I mean? No one's turned face in this.
It's trying to, finish the story of the BFFs. That's pretty much it, and they're trying to get Charlotte over, even though she's got over by winning the title.
I'd have forgave them if they didn't finish it. Especially if no one's going to wear bacon pants.
So you're disappointed about the lack of bacon pants in this episode?
Well, to be fair, mate, I'm wearing Burger King pants. Home of the Whopper.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. Fucking stop it.
Go on.
There's a yeah, fair enough.
Touch
that was a decent one.
There we go.
There's a bit in this where Summer Rae does scream at Charlotte. It's either I hate you or I made you.
It's I made you. Although she does run down the ramp at the Royal Rumble. Summer does. She runs down the ramp at the Women's Royal Rumble. She and Natalia, I think, have this whole beef from Total Divas 10 years ago. And she
was not renewing it on Twitter in the weeks leading.
And someone runs down to the ring and literally past the camera and goes, I fucking hate you, straight into the camera. What a legend.
I think it's chucked out.
What?
She gets like a sarcastic like wave goodbye from Charlotte as well, isn't it? It's brilliant.
What an absolute hero. Bring it back for the BFFs, mate.
Yeah, that's it. I'll tell you what, main event of WrestleMania, a BFS triple threat.
Oh, yes, mate.
Sasha winning and going over.
And it's sponsored by cryptocurrency, so someone actually would come back. Promo package on the bling bling Alexa Bliss. When she's around, Adam, life is bliss.
You're not wrong, mate. She needs more TV time, and she needs to develop a character, because at the moment that's going nowhere.
Do you actually know what she does after this character?
I think so.
Okay, interesting.
I think so, but we'll wait and see.
Interesting. The curtains draw, we go black and white. It's the Vaudevillians. Kalisto and Sin Cara are now a tag team. I like this a lot. Big upside and entertaining to watch.
They're completely different to anyone else on the roster. A proper lucha team.
Yes.
With proper luchas that can do lucha things.
Good lucha things, as Kalisto once said.
I'll tell you what, I remember when I first started watching wrestling, and I described lucha libre style as Mexican flippy shit.
Well,
because that was pretty much the only way I could describe it, being a non-wrestling fan.
In WCW, Kevin Nash referred to them all as vanilla midgets.
Yeah.
That would be small people with no characters.
Yeah, he described Eddie Guerrero as a vanilla midget, didn't he?
Irony.
How wrong he was.
Irony, because Kevin Nash is a vanilla fucking giant. So
exactly, which led the company in one of the worst financial runs they've ever had.
Although, to be fair to Kevin Nash, he was a former TNA X Division champion, so maybe he's not anti-high flying as he seems. Although, well, let's face it, the best anti-high flying work that's ever been done in wrestling was definitely when Drew Gulak did Drew Gulak for about a 205 Live, and he was like, no, I refuse to let anyone go to the top rope against me.
I like it.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I actually need to go home and watch that Drew Gulak Daniel Bryan match. You want to come on PlayStation? We'll watch it when we go home.
What, the one they had at Fastlane, I want to say?
Yeah, the pay-per-view. I can't remember which one.
Possibly, yeah.
Fuck yeah, that's a great match. Suplexes Bryan right on his fucking head after he comes back from concussion. I'm like, ah! Yeah, no! Awesome. And that's in his hometown as well. Not Bryan's, it's in
Drew's.
Gulak's hometown.
Yeah.
Great match. So, yeah, Sin Cara begins by flying around. He tries another springboard, but English counters with a big dropkick. Gotch comes in and works over Sin Cara, keeping him grounded. English works hard to trap Sin Cara on their side, but Cara rolls through and one-arm deadlifts English into a slam. Outrageous power, that is.
Yeah.
Kalisto hypes up, wanting the tag. In he comes, springboard, roll through head kick, springboard head kick, but a broken pin by English. Suicide dive by Sin Cara, as a Salita del Sol, or the Skywalker as Seth Rollins called it, by Kalisto for the win. An exciting new tag team added to the tag title hunt. I'm not sure if they could have gone straight over the Vaudevillains.
Yeah, it's a bit disappointing that they've done that.
Because no one's ever going to be able to get a shot by beating all the other teams, because they all just beat each other and no one faces the Ascension, basically.
I don't know, at least it gives you like a few options to teams that you think, you know, it keeps you guessing who they're going to actually put over.
Or it can put them in a multi-man match and have them lose the titles that way without getting pinned.
Yeah, there is that way they could go down it.
Exactly.
Keeping the Ascension strong, if they want to be like two-time champs, and I don't know how the story goes. I feel like this match slowed down quite a lot.
Oh my god.
What?
I just realised what the main event is.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally forgot this fucking happened. And of all the things you had to cover it this week. Oh my god. Sorry, carry on. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh no.
Oh, did you forget as well? You thought you remembered, but you didn't, did you? You didn't, did you?
I've forgotten, I've just read what it is.
Yeah, you thought you remembered, because you were like, oh yeah. You didn't remember, did you? No. Adam didn't remember.
I don't really want to cover it.
Well, we'll cover it. We'll cover it tastefully.
Yeah, as well as we can do.
Yeah, we'll cover it tastefully. Neville and Rusev main events. A match out of nowhere, but it should be relatively fun. Good God Almighty, Adam, she's back. It's the ravishing Russian Lana. Not much to listen to, but she's good to look at. There is an actual picture. She is. She is.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's not much to So, yeah. There is an actual picture of Vladimir Putin on the Titantron here. What the fuck is this gimmick change? So Rusev is the hero of the nation of Russia, and he has the gold star. He cuts a promo in a foreign language. And then we get into the match. But yeah, there is a picture of Vladimir Putin on the Titantron. It's all a bit much, to be honest. Do you know, it's made me better looking back on this, because all I pretend is that Neville's Ukrainian, and he kicks his fucking ass. So Neville slowly grounds Rusev, but Breeze disrupts him, and Rusev takes advantage to get a headlock. Super kick by Neville, who ascends the ropes to the Red Arrow, but Breeze knocks him off, and Rusev hits a super kick as Lana screams to crush. He locks in the accolade, but doesn't release the hold. Lana raises his hand, but Neville wins by DQ. We go off the air with commentary wondering how hurt the champion is ahead of a potential match with the gorgeous one himself.
I don't feel like we could have got potentially a worse week
to do that.
To cover this match.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so for current affairs, as we sort of said earlier, the whole Russia-Ukrainian war is happening at the moment, and we actually didn't we didn't twig until now that this was the main event of the show. You know, and I think on behalf of both of us, we want nothing but peace for that area of the world and the world in general. And yeah, I think to cover that in all its glory and have a big laugh about it probably would have been alright 2 weeks ago, but it's definitely not alright.
Yeah, there
now.
are several moments where we probably would have had a laugh about it.
Yeah,
in there, but we can't this week. It's not right.
Yeah, it's not right to do so. And even though that ends this episode of the podcast on a bit of a dour note, I don't know. I feel like we should find something else to have a laugh at, because we don't want to go off air.
No, we're not going to end on a low on this podcast.
On a negative. I feel like I'd had lots of things to look at. In fact, there was one thing I had to look at.
I've just looked at the thing that Sam sent me again.
Oh, what did he say? He sent me another message.
No, he didn't send another message. It was just him.
He said, "Cannot wait to hear it."
Yeah.
What a boy. Sam's a good lad, isn't he?
He is a good lad. What was your favourite bit of the show?
What was my favourite bit of the show?
Yeah. Stars of the show, or stars or star of the show, or...
Well, the Russian gold star of the show was Rusev, but the star of the show, I don't know, it was a tough one, really. I kind of feel like it was a lot of stuff happening this week, and none of it I thought was really, really, like, amazing. Yeah, it's a bit of a toughie.
I'm going to go with Kalisto and Sin Cara.
I think them
being a new tag team, because actually they are completely different to anyone else that's on.
Yeah, I think them being a tag team is really, really positive going forward, because it definitely gives people more of a chance to work with two people that will actually be really good.
Do they get a tag team name in the end? Or are they just Kalisto?
Good lucha things. No, they don't get a tag team name, I don't think. Well, we'll find out, won't we? I don't know. Who's your star of the week? You're going to give it to them, are you?
I'm giving it to those two, just because it's actually a positive move in the tag division, and we've been waiting for one of those for a long time.
I'm going to give it to... I'm going to give it to... It's tough.
It's a tough decision for you. Tough. Oh, I thought of someone else I could have given it to this week.
I'm going to give it to Kid, because I really liked his promo in episode 1.
He's been growing every week.
Yes. I'm going to give it to Kid because I liked his... Well, his match was really good, but all his matches are really good. But his promo in episode 1 I thought was particularly strong. And it made a lot of sense.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I was also going to say Tyler Breeze has had a good week. Good promos, 2 good promos, and he's
kept himself ticking over without wrestling, which is good.
It's really important considering he's not been able to wrestle because of his, hand modelling injury.
AKA his broken finger.
Exactly.
So, you can find us on social media. We are on Twitter at
NXT BTTF.
I was just waiting for you to finish yawning, mate. Facebook.com/NXT BTTF. You find us on YouTube. Just type in NXT Back to the Future podcast. Come straight up. If you could leave us a review on any of those good old services, that would be most appreciated. If you could manage to find, I don't know, a little way to tell us what you think of the podcast, that would be great. We'd always love to chat to you. If you let us know what's been going on. And yeah, it's been one of those weeks, really. I think it's ended on a bit of a sour note with the whole Rusev thing. It's made me a bit sad, but we'll be back next week. We're already here, already planning.
That's it.
And actually, we're
back
on the road.
trail.
Exactly. We're on the road, not to Viridian City, if you're a Pokemon fan, but we're on the road to NXT TakeOver. And actually, I'm really excited to cover that TakeOver.
Yeah, it's going to be a great TakeOver.
Is it Fatal 4-Way?
I don't know, it could be.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'm looking forward to covering the takeovers. I think the takeovers from here on out just get progressively better.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And that's going to be something that's really, really exciting. But you can join us next week for Mojo hunting for a new tag team partner. Charlotte faces Becky Lynch. Adam Rose faces Tyson Kidd. Enzo and Cass are back once more. Parker and Woods have a rematch. Bayley faces a debuting Eva Marie.
Come on, Otis. Do you want to do the outro?
Come on! Oh, it's Adam's dog! I know Adam's doggy! I know.
Give us 2 minutes on the dog.
Go and see your dad. I know, my boy. Oh, hello. Me and Adam's dog are best friends.
Dave just loves
Hello.
Otis. This is ruined the outro, I have to say.
Bayley faces a debuting Eva Marie and so much more. But for now, from me, Dave.
And me, Adam, and him, Otis.
And Sonia standing on the stairs. We'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.